occupy Gaza City?
I'm not going to speak to private conversations between the Israeli government and our government. I think the president obviously has been very clear about his goals, about what he wants to accomplish in the Middle East, and he's going to keep on doing that. The president, as you know, speaks to these issues commonly. I'm sure that he'll talk at some point to the media about his response to what's happened or what was announced earlier today in Gaza. But our goals are very clear. We want to make it so that Hamas can't attack innocent people. We want to solve the humanitarian problems in Gaza. We're working incredibly hard, the president and the entire team, to make sure that happens. I mean, we've been in constant negotiations and conversations, even the last 24 hours, about how to get more aid into Gaza, about how to solve that humanitarian problem, and also how to get Hamas to a position where they can't continue to threaten the citizens and the civilians of Israel. So there's a lot of work to do there. There's a lot of common objectives here. There is some, I think, disagreement about how exactly to accomplish those common objectives, but look, it's a tough situation. Of course, we're not going to know exactly how to solve a very complicated problem. As the president has said himself, that people in some ways have been fighting for thousands of years. If it was easy to bring peace to that region of the world, it would have been done already.
Mr. President, you've expressed some concerns in the past about free speech in the United Kingdom and Europe more broadly. Do you bring any kind of a message to the Foreign Secretary today on that subject?
Well, I'd say I've raised concerns about free speech in the United States of America. I think the entire collective West, the transatlantic relationship, our NATO allies, certainly the United States under the Biden administration, got a little too comfortable with censoring rather than engaging with a diverse array of opinions. So that's been my view. Obviously, I've raised some criticism and concerns about our friends on this side of the Atlantic, but the thing that I'd say to the people of England or to anybody else, to David, is many of the things that I worry most about were happening in the United States from 2020 to 2024. I just don't want other countries to follow us down what I think was a very dark path under the Biden administration. So in the spirit of having a good conversation and recognizing the Secretary has a lot of things to do, unless you want to say anything else. Okay. Thank you all so much. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
Can I just ask just one more question, just one, to the Foreign Secretary?
If it's the Foreign Secretary, yes. I'm done answering questions.
Foreign Secretary, the UK has taken a different tact on the situation in Palestine and the United States. Do you feel that your friendship with the Vice President might help, have a discussion about ceasefire in Gaza?
You know, Prime Minister Starmer is either meeting or discussing these issues with President Trump on a weekly basis, and I am doing the same with Secretary of State Rubio or Vice President Vance. And the truth is, what we all want to see is a ceasefire. What we all want to see are the hostages come out, and we are hugely concerned by the humanitarian suffering that we're seeing in Gaza particularly. So it is bringing that to an end that we want to see. I am concerned about what is developing in Gaza at this time and the recent decision by the cabinet, and hugely concerned, as I think a lot of Israeli people are, about the impact, particularly on the hostages, and we'll be able to discuss these issues in the hours ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thanks, President. Thank you very much.
Have you learned anything from each other?
We learned a lot.
Absolutely. I learned a lot from him.
We
Thanks very
enjoy
much.
the cut and thrust of politics.
Thank you.
The cut and thrust of politics is what excites me. And look, the truth is, I was blessed to go to Harvard, and I think the Vice President went to the university not quite as good.
That's right.
Yale, and so we enjoy that political debate and discussion particularly. But there are areas where there are actually joint concern. We both have a joint concern about outcomes for working people. That is the truth of it.
Absolutely.
And we have also discussed issues like irregular and illegal migration and how we deal with those issues. So there are commonalities and then there are differences. And that is the joy of living in democracies like ours.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you very much.
See you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go to my fan. As the president says, you want any press conference not to say breaking news. It says breaking news, right?
Just got the